Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Welcome to the Full Hundreds. It is Tuesday, the 28th of July today, and it's the first live show or live recording of the week. Guys, it's a bit of a weird show today. Explains a few things get explained today, and so without further ado, let's get to it. Guys, I want to start today with a lot of people I know share videos with people with scientists overcoats type of thing, the white coat that they wear, a lot of accreditation underneath their names, and as soon as they see that, guys, they think, you know, he's got to be telling the truth. He's the renegade guy who broke away to expose the establishment. However, the truth of the matter, and I keep telling people, is that these are discredited people. These are people who were rogue in their trade. They've been struck off from their trade. They have no other means of making money other than putting out videos like that or getting hired by right-wing nuts to say things that favor the whole situation that the right wing are trying to push. So I've got a story today that I'm going to start with. This is so weird, right? Imagine Trump's top scientist, Dr. Fauci. Imagine a company, a TV channel, a TV company putting out fake news on him, and a TV network company in these times that we're living in. It can only happen in these times where a TV network company decides, even though they put a statement saying they know this is fake, they know he's discredited, but look what this guy is saying. That makes no sense. Why would you put a liar, tell everyone he's telling a lie, but guess what? Listen to his lie. Don't you think some people are going to get caught up in his rubbish? Take a look, guys.
Deaths surge across the country. A group of local television stations across the country are set to air a baseless conspiracy theory this weekend over the origins of the virus. That discredited conspiracy theory suggests Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, was responsible for the creation of the virus. CNN senior media reporter Oliver Darcy joining us right now. So Oliver, what is this conspiracy theory all about, and why would these television stations air it? And in what way are they airing this?
Yeah, Fred, who needs really Russian disinformation when you have United States companies willing to poison their own audiences with conspiracy theories that have been discredited like this? So what's happening this weekend is local stations across the country owned by Sinclair are going to be airing a segment with a discredited medical researcher who was the star of this viral pandemic video that came out earlier this year. And in this segment, she suggests that Dr. Anthony Fauci is supposedly responsible for this coronavirus, and her lawyer on air as well, backs up her claims and says that the origins are in the U.S. Obviously, this is not true, and Bolling said that he didn't even know that this person he invited in on his own program was a star of this viral video earlier this year, which was banned from Facebook and banned from YouTube. He said he was unaware of that, but he said he still felt comfortable going forward with the segment.
Back in the day of HIV, when I was being criticized with some hate mail, it was more, people calling me a gay lover and what the hell, you're wasting a lot of time on that. I mean, things that you would just, push aside as being stupid people saying stupid things. It's really a magnitude different now because the amount of anger, as much as people, inappropriately, I think, make me somewhat of a hero, which I'm not a hero, I'm just doing my job. There are people who get really angry at thinking that I'm interfering with their life because I'm pushing a public health agenda. The kind of not only hate mail, but actual serious threats against me are not good. I don't really see how society does that. But
yeah, how do you process that?
It's tough. It's tough.
It baffles my mind. I was just having a conversation with a guy called Minnie. This is why these guys are fooled and actually believe that the rest of us are idiots. Because of channels like that now, putting stuff like that out. It's ridiculous. Let me show you the statement that the TV channel put out, just so you understand how loopy this situation is. Look at the statement that they put out. Take a look.
Now, Sinclair has put out a statement this afternoon, and they're standing by the segment. I'll read part of it. It says, "We hear your feedback regarding a segment on this week's America This Week. At no juncture are we aligning or endorsing the viewpoints of Mikovits or Mr. Klayman or endorsing the pandemic documentary. Full stop. We also interviewed a medical expert who debunked Dr. Mikovits' claims as conspiracy theories. We're a supporter of free speech and a marketplace of ideas and viewpoints, even if incredibly controversial." Now that
welcome back, guys. I mean, look, this is why families are falling out. This is why people are so misled right now. This is why people are talking about eating babies. This is why people are turning their heroes into pedophiles and turning the real pedophiles, i.e. Trump and the likes, into heroes, because their voices and their lies are the loudest. Guys, you can't save everybody. You've just got to stay on your path and just keep doing what you do. And that's exactly what the Full 100 does, is just keep telling the truth. Eventually, they'll come round. So, guys, I want to move on to this is how childish the person they look up to, Trump, right? Listen to this story now, yeah? Dr. Fauci is so respected by those who know, yeah, that a baseball team invited him to do the first pitch, as they do. If you're a celebrity, you do the first pitch. If you're a child, I've seen children with leukemia, children who are battling hard times, do the first pitch. Anyway, Dr. Fauci done the first pitch the other day to open, I think it was New York or one of them, or Washington or one of them teams. And then the cards, they done a special card, a baseball card, like they do of the players, of Fauci, and it sold more than any cards ever done in the history of baseball. It has sold more than any. Now Trump gets jealous. This is why the fake news started on Fauci in the first place, and I told people that. Once he was getting all the accolade, once Trump saw 67% of people, back in May, 67% of people trusted him to like 21% of people that trusted Trump, the fake news started on the guy. It started on the guy, relentless, right? Now, his own White House putting out fake news on his own employee just because he's more trusted. So now he gets called to do a pitch. Trump gets jealous. I'm going to leave it to talk after this tape, but take a look at what this guy did, Trump did, because Fauci's, oh gosh, take a look, guys.
For all of those developments. Now to this story. Remember this announcement from President Trump?
Andy Levine's a great friend of mine from the Yankees. He asked me to throw out the first pitch, and I think I'm doing that on August 15th at Yankee Stadium.
All right, it turns out that was a surprise to the president's staff and to the Yankees. The New York Times reports the team had not invited him. They write, quote, Mr. Trump had been so annoyed by Dr. Fauci's turn in the limelight, an official familiar with his reaction said, that he had directed his aides to call Yankee officials and make good on a long-time standing offer from Mr. Levine to throw out an opening pitch. No date was ever finalized. Dr. Fauci threw out the first pitch at the Washington Nationals season opener, and now he's getting more attention for that, let's just say, less than perfect throw. And then there's this, a Fauci baseball card, breaking sales records. In the first 24 hours it was available. Fauci talked to Wolf Blitzer about his performance on the mound last night. Now President Trump's going to want a baseball card.
Yeah, and he'll probably use the Defense Production Act or something to make billions of cards. He'll be so upset that Dr. Anthony Fauci has the top-selling Topps card. Who knows?
Responsibilities that day, so you're going to have to cancel.
A pandemic is a presidential responsibility, among others. All right, up next.
I mean, guys, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. You tell a lie about a team, like the team's not going to deny that we didn't invite you. What are you talking about? I mean, who does that? Well, I suppose the leader of QAnon does. I suppose. Your leader. I suppose, yeah. That's the only person who would do that. Guys, listen. listen to Biden. Biden's now kicked into election gear. I just want to play you a little soundbite from a Zoom. It looks like a Zoom meeting with supporters that Biden had, and is really the first leader that I see call out, because leaders, they like to not say racism, which must change. We must call out racism when we say it. So I'm glad Biden's taking the lead on that, because he's called him out blatantly. Take a look at this video, guys.
The Democrat presumptive nominee for president, Joe Biden, took sharp aim at his rival on Wednesday, calling Donald Trump a racist. Joe Biden said this remark at a virtual town hall with employees union.
What President Trump has done in going his spreading of racism, the way he deals with people based on the color of their skin, their national origin, where they're from, is absolutely sickening. No sitting president has ever done this. Never, never, never. No Republican president has done this. No Democratic president. We have racists, and they've existed. They've tried to get elected president. He's the first one that has.
On to my last video now. And this is, again, it's about Trump, unfortunately. Last week, I brought you guys the story that he finally wore masks. He finally told people to wear masks because he was given a script to read, I guess. But then this week, when he's all alone with his Twitter feed, decides to go against his own advice. So not only does he go against the advice of his scientists, he goes against his own advice. How do you follow someone like that? How do you live with someone like that? How do you trust someone like that? I know a lot of my friends do. They trust him. They believe in him. He's the guy that was picked to clear the pedophiles from our midst, when he's the one in our midst. Take a look.
In the United States and all around the world, this is New Day. It is Tuesday, July 28th, 6 o'clock here in New York. 1 week. That's how long it took President Trump to abandon his newfound position on mask wearing. He spent part of Monday spreading misinformation online that claimed mask wearing was not important. This morning, the death toll is rising in 27 states. Coronavirus has killed almost 150,000 Americans. Florida's new case average has jumped more than 1,500% since the state reopened in May. In addition to questioning the importance of masks, on Monday, President Trump also went back to undermining Dr. Fauci, touting an unproven treatment, and lying about testing and the availability of supplies. And remember that new strategy that he talked about last week to save the country? Where is that?
More than 5,000 people have died since the president claimed he would announce that new strategy. And there was never a new tone. Sending out a message overnight that says you don't need to wear masks is not a new tone. Telling governors to open up as the virus spreads is not a new tone. Bashing Anthony Fauci overnight is not a new tone. There are new developments that point to the pandemic being out of control. The baseball season, just days old, is now threatened by a new outbreak. There won't even be an NFL preseason. Google just announced that employees can work from home until June of 2021. The president's own national security advisor has tested positive after visiting foreign officials on a trip to Europe, not wearing a mask. You can see it right there. We don't really know when he last saw the president. The president's supporter, Herman Cain, who attended the Tulsa rally, has been hospitalized for 3 weeks on oxygen. We certainly hope that he is doing well. Then there's the new reporting on something so trivial but so perfectly representative of where the president's mind is in the absence of a new tone. New reporting overnight from the New York Times said the president lied about being invited to throw out a first pitch at Yankee Stadium on August 15th. Unbelievable. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's begin our coverage with CNN's Rosa Flores.
Welcome back, guys. We've come to the end of today's show. All that's left for me to say, guys, is remember the 30th of August, the Million People March. Let's not forget it. Let's go out there. Let's support the cause. Let's make the government know that we're here and that we're here to be counted. I'll be putting out further information, obviously, as the weeks, as the days go by. In the meantime, go check out our website. It's all the W's, the Million People, no, all the W's, millionpeoplemarch.com. All the W's, millionpeoplemarch.com. Have a look, surf yourself through the website and see what the day will be like. So, guys, I'll see you guys here tomorrow, Wednesday. Take care and all the best. Bye bye now.